welcome to my channel, Pretty Pink Soul Movement. I'm Michelle Cool, and today I'll be doing your what should I focus on in 2021 life advice, reading, guidance in consultation with your guides, your energy, and the universe's energy. So the feel I get for next year is actually we're going to be focusing more on fun, and yes, again, it's going to be about personal development, but it's going to be a lot lighter than what we've previously been focusing on. Obviously the last few years have been quite heavy, but astrologically there's been a change with Saturn and Jupiter, which Jupiter is the planet of abundance and expansion. So I feel like the energy is going to be a lot lighter than it has been, and the more that we focus on fun in consultation with transformation, this heavy dense energy of 2020 and the previous years will shift, and we'll be more in focus with our purpose, more in our soul alignment. So it's going to be very exciting. Yeah. So I wanted to do this reading for each of the signs. Please remember to check out your sun, moon, and rising, because there'll be more information there for you. So this is kind of, I've shaped this as a little mini life coaching session, soul expansion session. So which is right, it's important to check your sun, moon, and rising. If you don't know what your sun, moon, and rising is, hop on to Google, go free natal chart, plug in your details, your date of birth, your location, etc., and it'll give you a little snapshot of your sun, moon, and your rising or / ascendant. How I've structured this reading, we're gonna pull the cards, and it's going to be, the first one's going to be what should you focus on. So we'll discuss a bit about life purpose, or what should you aim for next year. Two, the animal cards, we're going to figure out what animal energy you should best work with or emulate in order to progress next year. Three, we're going to discuss what you might struggle with and obviously how to shift out of that energy. Four, we're going to discuss what plant or flowers or flower essences you are best to work with next year, what's going to help aid you to get you to where you need to go. Five, we're going to discuss the best crystal or crystals, because some of the piles have more than one, to use next year, which will help with your healing and emotions and general transformation process. And six, we're going to discuss what's the best color to work with to help you with luck, or what kind of energy you should adopt to help you progress your soul in 2021. So please remember to give this a like, and we'll get into the readings now. Hey Leo, welcome to your 2021 reading. So first card we get for 2021 is North Node, life purpose. Shocker. So you might want to, I'm just saying that because this is what these readings are based on. So you actually might want to check where your North Node is in your astrology chart, what sign it's in, what house it's in, who's the ruling sign, and kind of get into that a bit more for a bit more indication. I feel like you need to do a bit of research and study on astrology, and specifically your North Node's a perfect place to start. You can teach yourself and Google, you know, how to find your North Node in your chart, and then delve a bit more into the sign. And if you're already an astrologer, you know what you're doing, but I feel like you need to go even deeper into astrology and learn some more, and perhaps form a group of your own and teach other people, or make videos. But I'm getting real teacher vibes. Get out there and shine with this life purpose. So for 2021, I've got the Mercury retrograde card, reinvention. So I really feel like from this you're becoming more of yourself. You're learning how to love the dark and the light aspects of yourself, which is predominantly most of our soul purposes, but specifically for you. And I just feel teacher vibes, like teaching other people how to connect more with their dark side, bring it to the light, and learn to love all of it. And there's aspects of us that will most likely be unresolved in our lives, and it's really important for people to embrace their dark aspects or their dark side of their personality, and just learn to love it anyway. You know, those things that they're really hard to resolve. Let's say you just can't resolve perhaps binge eating. This is the first thing that's coming to mind. And you go through a period of eating well, and then all of a sudden you just binge out too much, and it's just something you've been fighting with all your life. Either you can resolve it, or it might be something that's just, you're aware of it, but you just kind of need to manage it. There's just, you know, there's parts of us that we should embrace more instead of fighting. And the thing is, if we embrace that, go, okay, I see that I do that, I'm going to stop beating up on myself for doing that. And then funnily enough, you're able to find the core reason why you're actually binge eating, and then you release that reason and that stress, and then it kind of dissolves itself. So it's about accepting the possibility that maybe this is something that's going to be with me my whole life, but then almost like going the back route of releasing and being compassionate towards those sides of yourself, and ultimately being able to release that addiction. So that's kind of what I'm seeing, something you could do yourself, or you have done yourself, and something that you should not, I don't like the word should, but can, if you want, teach other people, which is really important thing to be taught. Like, more people need to accept themselves for who they actually really are. So we've got the artist card here. Engaging in artistic activities is beneficial to your career and every other aspect of your life. So when we delve more into our creative aspects, and this is what I see for you for 2021, it opens up all these other portals to other potential possibilities and other aspects of ourselves. So that's going to be a really good focus for you. So any area that you feel drawn to, where do you feel drawn to create? What do you feel drawn to create? We've also got heart's desire. So it's basically, yeah, what do you feel drawn to create? What is your heart yearning for? What makes you feel passionate? What do you want to move towards? I mean, she's just walking on the beach, and, you know, heart's desires don't have to be everything grand. It's just, you know, our heart is connected to our soul, and sometimes the soul just wants to walk along the beach and find peace. That's specifically, you know, what we're aiming for in 2021. We're wanting creation and a balance between that and peace and serenity. Your soul really needs a nice rest after everything it's been through. One thing you might want to delve into is crystals and the meaning of crystals some more. If you know a lot about crystals, perhaps you could create a course for people to teach. It's quite easy to do. I could always help you with how to set that up. But I'm just feeling crystals are a big part of your like soul purpose or your life purpose, and like the reasons why you came here. Crystal grids, like new moon offerings. There's all different ways you can align certain crystals on charts and crystal grids in order to call in energy. And I feel like that's something you need to research and get into in 2021. What else do we have? The enchanted dream. I wish upon a star and my dreams come true. So this is linking to crystals. In order to manifest for you, I think it has a lot to do with crystal grids and drawing down on that energy from the earth, because obviously crystals come from the earth, and they contain within magic portals and elements in which we want to grow and I guess absorb. You know, if you have the energy of a certain crystal, which we'll get into your crystal cards soon, what you need to work with, you can obtain and take on that energy from the crystal depending on the way you place the grid, but you will do that intuitively. And I'm really feeling for you, it's the connection to the moon. Harness the power of the moon with your crystal grids outside to draw in the energy that you want to take on in 2021. Here we go. Ancient grandmother teacher. Definite teacher vibes. I am the teacher that leads with self-knowledge. Even if you're not teaching right now, and you probably are, there's other areas that the universe needs you to teach in. So obviously you'll have more than what I've suggested here. You already know what you need to do. So just like if you have your journal out, jot those down, but you're definitely a teacher, and it's time for you to teach if you haven't started. So in 2021, that needs to be a part of your focus, balancing all aspects of your lives. That's a big thing on our list for all of us next year, is balance between the masculine and feminine, the peace, the soul work, serenity. Oh wow, and then we have the Sun Goddess, and this is lift off. I open my senses to feel delicious pleasure and passions. You'll be guided by your passions next year. So whenever you feel in doubt about, I feel like you're very switched on. So, but whenever the ego kicks in, the doubt creeps in, just be like, okay, where's my passion lying with me now? Is it walking on the beach? Is it just sleeping for the whole afternoon? Is it making a big bowl of chocolate mousse? Is it just sitting outside touching like a plant or a tree, or talking to the plants or the tree? Like, what is it? Because whatever you feel called and passionate about in the moment, so that's the big thing for you, Leo, in the moment, what do you feel called to do? That will lead you to your next step. So what you may struggle with in 2021, you might, we've got idealism here. I just see visions that you've projected from the past into your future. They're erratic is the message I'm getting, and they're not what your soul wants. So there's going to be a very big review for you about what you really want, and please let go of the old. Intuition, see how it's like half and half. So grounding in what your spiritual knowledge and what you know from, and I'm seeing these as actually, even though it's about the angels and stuff, you transmitting and transcending energy, like the circle of life thing, I'm feeling like you really need to ground in this energy, your intuition. And if you start to feel dizzy or flighty, or you don't feel connected to your body, it's because you're taking in too much spiritual light. I feel like in 2021 you will. There's going to be a lot coming in, so you need to actually literally sit on the ground, even if it's in your house or outside. Like, you need to ground that in to balance out that energy and your intuition, because you'll be receiving a lot of light. Riches, I feel like this is incoming. You might struggle with that belief of, do I deserve this? So once you start basically shining and living in your purpose more, money will automatically come to you, and you might fight with yourself about, do I actually deserve this? So you need to go in deep into yourself and release those beliefs that you feel like you're not deserving of. So let's see what animal energy you need to call in. Snake. I see this as a completion of a cycle, and obviously how the snake sheds its skin. So call in and work with the energy of the snake when you're shedding these old beliefs of yourself, these old parts of yourself, this old, that past projecting into the future of who you think you need to be right now. You need to let go of that in order for this cycle to complete, so you can step into your purpose more. So use a lot of snake energy. Obviously research. This is only one meaning, so research the meaning of snake medicine, and there's so many spiritual meanings behind snakes, but I'm seeing it as completing, shedding old situations, beliefs, people, the things that people have projected onto you, and the things you projected onto yourself that don't serve you anymore, so you can actually move forward into the direction that you need to go. And here we go, focus. So the plant that you need to work with is Brahmi. So let's look that up. Number 22, focus. The potential is there, but more refined focus and greater thought is required. A breakthrough is indicated, but you will need to be open to it, and also understand it may not be exactly what you are looking for. Be open to any possibilities. Inspiration, new ideas and understanding and new communications should be forthcoming very shortly. Don't take anything at face value at the moment, as you need to uncover the truth and question and explore deeper. Education, learning new skills that require mental application and gaining greater wisdom in all energies that are present. I just feel like you're going to be outreaching, grabbing, releasing, learning a bit of this, bit of research, applying. There's a lot of shifts and changes and movements. So roll with it, babies. Like, you'll get there. I think it's going to be a bit hectic, but in a good way, because it's like this is the moment you've been waiting for. So the crystals that you need to work with next year, so either buy them or you can work with the energy. So we've got eucalyptus, malachite, and turquoise. So we'll start with malachite. So this absorbs negative energy from your surroundings and within your body. It's like a real protection stone, and it will aid against pollution if you have pollution where you live. So that will help you transmute that energy. So that's great to have on your body. The turquoise is about aiding you with self-realization, to have lots of realization. So this is going to be a good supportive stone for you. And it will give you the ability to have creative problem solving. And it stimulates regeneration of the tissues and the muscles in the body. So you might need that. Perhaps an old injury or flare up. This will help aid you in healing. It's really important. So these are great stones for you to have around you. And the euclase, this will bring in strength and clarity, which you'll need, right? Leo's all about the strength, and you're seeking constant clarity. This will increase your intuition and connect you to the heart and the mind. And this will bring in like a new energy, which will clear out the negative habits. So how funny is that? Like in line with everything we just went through. So those are the greatest stones for you to work with crystals next year. And the colors that you need to call in. We've got orange, which is nurture yourself. So it's about balancing all that energy in. So call in the energy of orange to cleanse your auric field. Gray, learn to scan your body. So when you're grounding your energy, scan the areas that you're finding your body's holding tension within it or pain, and shine the gray light in there and see it being transmuted. Healing is all about visualization and intention. So you got this, Leo. So I hope you really enjoyed that. Please check out your sun, moon, and your rising, and give me a like and a comment, and just share even better. That would be fantastic. And now we'll move on to Sagittarius. Next. Okay, Saggy Wedgies. Let's talk about you and your life purpose, please. So what's on the cards literally for 2021? Ooh, what had that? We've got the Aquarius, I know. Third house of messages. Seven Sisters Circle. Sisterhood. The Temple, home. Cancerian energy. Mother of the Sea. Goddess, I surrender to the boundless creative flow of the ocean. There's a lot of watery energy here, so you might have like a sun, moon, or rising in the water sign, so check out those videos as well to help aid you with your 2021 focus. Let's see. So your south node for last life might have been Aquarius. And if you know a bit about astrology, our south node is basically where because it's come from our last life. So they say, some astrologers say that your south node is the star sign you were your last lifetime. So you've already been there, done that, learned also that Aquarian energy and that lessons, right? And so you're already a novice in this life. You're like, oh, I already know how to do that. I'm a free thinker. You've come in going, I don't care if no one, like there's a room of 100 people that don't agree with me. I'll still shout out, my feelings and thoughts around this and about injustice. You will speak up. Like you'll have that fire, even if you have chosen not to speak up, yet you've got this burning passion within you to do the right thing, right? And to recreate the way in which we do things in the 3D. So you might want to check out your south node. So I feel like that's coming through for you now, like that energy, whatever your south node is in, it might have some sort of aspect to one of the planets that are related to Aquarius, or there's Aquarius energy there anyway. But I feel like you're being ignited in 2021, and your focus will be to, obviously, we've got many purposes, but I'm just feeling for you, whatever it is, it's for standing up for what you believe in, what's within your soul, and you're almost like, no more, we're not being treated like this. It could be anything to do with like child protection or the way things are done in the government. Like you could be working inside the government. You're like, no more, let's make change. There's so many different ways this could energy can play out because it's a general reading, obviously. But I feel like whatever it is, you've got this gusto and this energy within you to exceed in this area, to make changes in the world. And you need to share your soul knowledge and your lessons from last lifetime. It's ready to bring that out from your past lifetime and basically splat, like get it out there to the world, or whatever environment you're in, it needs to change. A reform, basically a reform. Blech, that's a government word. Anyways, that's what I'm hearing. So you need to go through, you need to establish a reform in whatever area this is resonating for you, or it'll become apparent in 2021. It might be around feminine issues or around children, because there's like, I see people supporting you. You might even start some sort of charity or movement. There's a film movement. You're going to need support. So if you're going to start this, start putting it out there to the universe, saying, I need assistance with this. I need my soul family. Call in your soul family. That's the big message. And start it at home. If it's a business or a movement, start it at home. Don't be going out there and putting money into like a property or whatever. Not yet. Start it from home and wait for it to grow, and then you can move forward from that. Okay, so we've got environmentalism. You're an earth angel. You're born to protect, nurture, and teach about nature and animals. So that could be something that you're interested in doing next year. And this could be the activism. This could be the movement, right? No more just doing all the wrong things that everyone's done. No more war, no more nukes, no more dumping stuff in the ocean, no more this, no more that, no more pain, no more suffering, no more melting in the polar ice caps. Like, it's just the no more energy. Like, there's activism that is going to be happening for you in some form in 2021. Strength, so you're going to need a ton of it. Everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong, courageous. This is the whole South Node, past life energy that you're bringing to now to help you in 2021. So don't forget to balance your chakras. See how she's doing that there. So you can do so with yoga, which it'll benefit you. And you might find some in your tribe if you go to yoga classes or do yoga online or something. You probably find your tribe there, or there's like free videos on YouTube. Your life is enhanced by yoga, stretching, and exercise. So that's something that's going to keep you balanced in between this passionate movement that you have. So let's see what you might struggle with. Detachment, escape, and we've got enthusiasm here. You might get too sucked into your movement. Balance, balance, balance. That's what 2021 is about, is balancing our passions and our purpose in healthy ways. So please do take that time out. Don't fully detach from the outside world. I don't know what that means for you. You might try to hermit yourself off and just focus on planning, executing. They're like, chill for a bit. You need to learn to break it up. Otherwise, you're just going to burn out. And then we've got that's the whole Aquarius energy again, like in the 11th house. Try not to detach from people. You're going to be very enthusiastic about it. So it's like balance out that detachment and the enthusiasm. Lots of balance for you. Just think, oh my God, I've been crazily planning things for 3 weeks. I'm going to take the next week off and have fun and reconnect to people around me, or my family or my friends that aren't involved in this movement, that aren't really interested. You might detach. You might find you detach from them. So keep that balance there. 75-25 is fine. But then you have to bring it to 50-50 eventually, okay? So the energy that you need to call in, we've got the Nightingale, so it's like totally, looks like to me, sitting on top of the world and speaking your movement. So call in the energy of the Nightingale when you feel like you're struggling to speak your truth or speak your honesty or get your message out there in the world. And Camel, I feel like you've got enough of the stored information within you. Again, I'm linking this to your past life. All the traits and qualities and experiences you've had, you've got that stored within your soul, within, the hump. You've got it there. so you're ready to speak out. So if you're struggling, if you think you're doubting yourself, you don't have it, call on the energy of the camel and the nightingale to help you get your message out there and execute it. So what's the best herbity herb plant to work with is bilberry. So this is going to bring clarity in for you. So either you can buy bilberry, or you can take a snapshot of this and meditate on the card, or you can call in the energy of the plant to use this, and this is going to help you with clarity. Now, funnily enough, your crystal that you need to work with is celestite. So this is about accessing higher consciousness in the spiritual realms so they can aid you. So please, if you don't already, get a nice little chunk of that, or a few small bits. It's going to aid you to connect you to your higher chakras, which is what you're going to need to channel in more information to help you with your cause. That is brilliant. And the colors that you need to call in are sapphire. It says regenerate your body. Call in that to work with that when you're feeling tired. And bronze we've got as well. It says strengthen your body. How funny is that? So along with the balance, you still need to not work so hard, eat well, and gentle exercise, please. Okay, so that's going to help you with your balance. So I hope you really enjoyed that, Sag. Please remember to check out your sun, moon, and your rising, and like and comment. That would really, really help me. So now we're on to Aries. Hey Aries, how you doing? Let's see about your life purpose or your focus for 2021. Okay, first card out, Builder. Strong foundation for next year. You're setting yourself up going forward. Check this dude out. Looking good, no shirt on. You know, he's been flexing his probably muscles as well as spiritual muscles. So that will be something that you'll be doing next year. Looking towards the future, to call in what you think is in the future, to bring it into your present, and also create a strong foundation for yourself, Aries, next year in 2021. It says your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. So this is, I feel like, the general feeling that you're going to have next year is satisfaction in what you're putting together. I love it. What else do we have? Oh, we've got the 8th house, endings and beginnings. Pisces, I believe. Mercury, the mind. Be careful not to overthink too much. Fallen star, shame. I no longer hide my face and I step into my light with love. Wowzers McTrousers. Put that there. Okay. So I get from the 8th house that most of your life you've had strong transformations, lots of psychological traumas. You know, there's an aspect in your chart. You might have your moon in your 8th house or some of the bigger planets. There's been, like perhaps Uranus, something, you know, very revolutionizing and life-changing. And this has, as tough going as it has been, you've needed this to aid you in the next stage. That's a bit better or not? To aid you in the next stage of your life. You need this energy going forward to help you. And it's almost like, I know you're a fire sign, but I'm sensing you might have a lot of earth and water in your chart. And the earth and the water, I think you've established your life thus far with your fire sign, like your air sign, if you're a sun, moon, or rising, whatever. And then your other sun and moon rising might actually be water. Predominantly water and earth, whatever it is. Obviously it's going to be different for everyone. I don't know, I'm going off on tangent on this, but you've needed that. So now going forth, you're probably going to be more, okay, so say you're a sun Aries. So I'm probably confusing the crap out of everyone. And you've got Scorpio. No, we're not going to do Scorpio. I've really lost where I was going with that. Let's go Virgo moon. And a Pisces rising. You're going to be more your Virgo moon, your Pisces rising. Okay, got there in the end, souls. Yeah, and this is going to aid you going forward into 2021 to create the future that you want, because you've been too much, let's say, in your sun sign, for an example, that you need to use your moon and your rising to aid you in your next stage of life. So kind of research a bit more about that. If you don't already know, research a bit more. Say it's your moon's Pisces. So we said your rising was Pisces. Can you tell I'm a Pisces? Like, I can't even remember what I just said. Research the traits of Piscean and, you know, how they're so connected to their intuition and stuff like that. So those could be traits that you're bringing forward to get you to build and get you to where you want to go. And I'm not really getting a clear direction for thus far for all the other signs. I've been getting quite specifically what it is. So do check out your other signs. But for you, this is like a general advice. But, you know, don't discard it nonetheless. So the energy of the animals that you need to bring in, we've got shark, we've got oyster, which is very lucky, and tarantula. There's a lot about, say, tarantula energy. It's all about waiting for the right moment. I don't know if you have tarantulas where you are, but sometimes, very rarely, in Australia, they'll just come down and they'll like hover near you, like when it's dark, and they'll be like, and you're like, what the hell is that? So it's about for you laying in wait for the right time, which maybe or maybe not a surprise to you. So it's about the energy of the tarantula, not that the tarantula is going to come out. I don't know, it could be your spirit guide, who knows. But yeah, this is related to your Dharma as well. This is energy around your Dharma. So 2021, definitely for you, Aries, is going to be about your purpose. And it's something that's been a long time coming, obviously, like with the oyster. They have like the pearl in the mouth, and they form the pearl because grit gets in there and it gets annoyed, and it's like next minute, you know, there's oyster in there. Well, it takes a while, obviously, to progress and create itself. So this has been a long time coming for you. So please, the message I'm getting with this is don't give up. And with the shark energy, you're literally going to strike when the moment is right. You know, you're going to seize the opportunity when the time is right. Please be patient. I know it's annoying when people say that. I get annoyed when I hear it from my guides. It's annoying. But please be patient, because remember, you can't force anything before it needs to be there for you. It's scheduled. You know, you scheduled it before you came into this life. If you don't know about soul contracts, check out my soul contracts video. I've got 2 in one of my playlists. You scheduled in this time, so let it go and just let it flow. So what you might struggle with: harmony, rebellion, and risk. So what I'm getting for these 3, yeah, it's that whole, I was about to say Aquarius energy, and it is. Don't be, what you're doing is right for you, and people don't always understand, because they only stand from their perception of things thus far. You have a different path to those around you. You're very different. So try not to, if people don't understand you, try not to tell them all what you're doing, because I feel like it deflates you and gets rid of this harmony from your life. So spend more time communing with spirit and yourself if you find that's the case. So you might, it's funny, you know, normally people say take risks. I get for you, don't take risks. You know, I know I shouldn't rag off other readers, but I hate it when people say take a leap of faith. And if I've ever said that in one of my other readings, older readings, I apologize, because that annoys me no end. Anyway, but I'm just kidding. For this, for you, don't take a risk. If it's, your intuition will sense if it's right or wrong for you, okay? So if someone, I don't know, if there's an opportunity that comes up, you're thinking, oh, should I try this? Disconnect from your ego, meditate a bit, and just feel like, where do I feel in my body? If I was to take up this, say, opportunity, how does that make me feel? Is it my feelings or other people's? You have to do a self-assessment before you make a decision. Obviously, no, okay, they're saying, you guys are saying for big or small things, I think this is going to be a lesson that you need to learn next year, is how to differentiate between your ego and your intuition. So get your guides to help you answering those questions, because for big and small decisions, you need to consult your intuition, because they will lead to bigger things. Okay, so let's have a look at the plants that you need to work with. Ginkgo for flow. So you can either call on the energy, meditate on this image, or buy the plant. I think this is related to like intuition and trying to force things. You need to be with more flow, so work with the ginkgo plant to bring in more patience in your current situation. Because if we're in the energy of frustration, we can't manifest, we can't co-create, we can't really do anything, because our ego is too busy like trying to like bust through a door that's locked, you know, and it's not going to happen. We've got open yarrow, so work with the plant energy of yarrow. See, oh my god, did I just say? I didn't even look at this, I swear, about the locked door. So yeah, if you balance, you work with your flow and your patience, and there's the key. Also see Chiron in this, so you might want to check out your Chiron sign. There might be some sort of transit coming through for you in 2021. And courage, motherwort, so work with the energy of motherwort. I think it's the whole, you might be fighting some disappointments because you just want to be further than you are. I totally get that. Oh my god, look, also on this wrist card, I've just noticed there's a key. Okay, so this is going to really, I just got goosebumps. This is really going to unlock you next year by being patient. That's like one of your spiritual lessons next year. It's really going to aid you moving forward. Patience, divine timing, balancing your energy, communing with spirit, even on the biggest things. Even if it's like going on a date, be like, okay, if I choose to go on a date with this person, is it going to mess up the trajectory of my life? Is it going to take me away from my purpose? Do you know what I mean? It's like even little things like that, because you could fall into a relationship for 2 or 3 months and it might not be related to the lessons or the soul contracts you have. And that's what you need to tune into spirit to discuss. Like, okay, is this impeding against my life path? Or is this, you know, something I need to delve into because we've got a soul contract together? And you can cancel a soul contract. We're at this point, 2020 onwards now, that we're actually co-creating our own future. So we can cancel soul contracts if you don't want to have them anymore. If you've gotten to this point where you're like, I know within myself that I've learned enough, and a lot of us have, people that watch my channel, if I've processed and learned enough, you can cancel your future soul contracts. The things that constantly keep playing out, and you know you've done the shadow work, and you've been to psychologists, and you've worked with a spiritual mentor, you've done everything, you've researched it yourself, like you've caught the pattern before it's happened again. Cancel the contract. Okay, so you need to work with moonstones, so purchase a moonstone if you don't have already, or get moonstone jewelry or stuff one in your bra. So definitely you need to work with the moon cycles, research them more in 2021, and connect more with your feminine energy. We talked about the intuition, and this is going to literally help you increase your psychic ability. So when you're trying to commune with spirit on, should I do this, should I not do this, take this risk, should I see this person, should I not, should I move house, blah, blah, blah. Moonstone's going to help aid you with that. So connect to the moon and speak to the moon at night, and that's the best time you're going to receive the messages. Ask them to receive messages in dreams as well. Any which way you can get the message, right? So the colors that you need to work with: plum. This is going to help you overcome your challenges. So I call on the energy of the plum. Buy plums, eat plums, or during meditation, see yourself calling in that color to help you overcome what your ego is fighting with. Brown, establishing boundaries. So this is something that you'll have to focus on next year. And I feel like there's more boundaries with yourself. I feel like you push the limits, whatever that means for you. We've got that fiery Aries energy. And blue, activate your healing power. Call on the energy and work with blue. I'm seeing this as universal energy. And establish your connection more with spirit. Well, I hope you like that, Aries. Please like, share, and comment. And check out your sun, moon, and rising. And I'll catch you soon. Bye.